Yes, sadhakas, welcome. Salutations, all of us together to the Lord, the Shruti Mata, the Guru Parampara, to Parabrahma Tattva. Good experiments of ours of trying to study the Shastras, in which, in studying, how much ever we are successful or not, but we are able to understand the world, the truth, and our mind, and how the connection between them, that how tough it is to pull the mind away from the world to the Lord, and how quicker is the mind to run away from the Lord and enter into the world. All time it is like that only for every individuals, but especially in this Bhautikavada predominant Yuga, Kali Yuga, wherever we open the eyes, we just see very minimum of spiritual, maximum of the human made all Bhautika Vishayas. Therefore, quickly the mind Vichara has got more opportunities to forget the Lord and remember the world. And the whole trend is of that only, Bhautikavada. Everyone finding pleasures, joys in it. So that tempts us also. That says to us, ki, why should I be special? Let me be one like others. And the power in the mind of its earlier habits and all. So much so that it brings all the logics, excuses, reasonings, to take us away from the truth. So, in this very heavy, what you say, inner and outer, such big tasks are difficulties. Among them, we are here. Then, how much we have to long for the truth that we are able to focus on it. Now we understand why it is taking so much time, why it is so much. It requires our special extra commitment, etc. More than all that, always being at the feet of the Lord or the Guru or both of them, and also just not listening to the mind suggestions. Just listen to the orders given by the Lord through the Guru, through the Shruti Mata. So, that type of personality when we make, wherein what is said through the Shruti by the Lord, that alone we follow, and while doing so, objectifying the mind and mind suggestions, not owning them, not considering them to be ours, not considering them to be so very important. When these things, these two main things are done, there's a better chance for us not to fall trap into the world other than Paramatma. Yesterday we are seeing how wonderful Sri Bhagavan Krishna's teachings to both Bahulashva Shrutadeva regarding the need of being at the service of the Guru. And we explained yesterday, service to the teacher is not physical only, but service to the teacher is really doing what exactly he says. And the no teacher worthy called as Sadguru tells the disciple anything which is not sadhana. He will tell only what which helps us in our own adhyatmika sadhana pragati. Depending on our state of being, for some time he may tell us to do outer works only, but do it outside, knowing that it is Guru Seva. Like Hanumanji and all, if you see, their whole works appear to be outside only. Lord Rama very rarely told Hanumanji, sit and meditate on me. In the first chapter of Adhyatma Ramayanam, through Sitaji himself, they teach Tattva Jnana to Hanumanji. And that Hanumanji learned the art to maintain inside, outside whatever Rama says, doing. In the same way, Gurus get us do the outer jobs for some time for cleaning purpose and all of our heart. Slowly, slowly, they only teach us in the upasanas and all of them. And as and when we become obedient and humble and unquestioned surrender to them, as well as through the earlier said sadhanas doing, we become more qualified, purified. Then slowly the Tattva Upadesha begins. The Gurus initiate us in Tattva Upadesha, Tattva Chintana and all. And in doing so, slowly, we only, first it will always be very chaotic, vague, confusing. But as we continue listening again and again, slowly that confusion, vagueness goes away. Spashtata starts coming. Why it takes time is the truth is of that time, which is so sublime. There is no other vastu like it to bring and show he is Avata Paramatma. And it's totally opposite to the qualities and nature of either the upadhis which we are using or the world which we are seeing through the upadhis. Absolutely विपरीत लक्षण विलक्षण. इसलिए किसी भी कारण से चीज से इवन विद द बुद्धि आल्सो द सेल्फ appears to be non-catchable for a long time, and other than buddhi through mana indriya ityadi to never ever we can even little bit also come near to the truth. That's why in Gita Adi they say buddhi grahyam. With that very refined buddhi exposed to the Shastras through the Guru Upadesha, it is able to grahya means make an idea about what a truth like. But the truth is not an idea and concept. Ultimately, it's an experience only. Then after that grahyam with the buddhi, then we use the buddhi through inquiry, through to transcend the buddhi only, to transcend the chitta only, to transcend the vritti only, wherein the inexplicable experience of the self should happen to us. So may we that way have to struggle, let us fight. See, the Lord and Guru will bless us, but to get blessings from them, we must go near to them. But our mind intellect will not allow us to go to them, and nor it allows them to come to us. यही लंबा स्ट्रगल लगता है बहुत जन्म तक. Then in one life we become firm in the understanding of need of Guru Bhagavat Kripa. Then slowly we start going near to them 1%, 2%, 3%, 4. That's it. Again after a few lives, then more and more, more and more. Finally, abode is at the feet of Guru and God, and the work to be done is what it is given by them. The goal is Bhagavan, to be done is sadhana. So, in this way, everyone who has experienced the truth, this is what they have done. One or two cases where all that means they have done all these things earlier life. In this life, just they have to experiment on it and realize the self. ऐसे बहुत कम होते. बाकी सब तो गुरु भगवत चरण में रहकर ही totally learning from them, they grow. है ना? We have to also see in our life how much our proximity to the Lord we are maintaining through Shraddha Yukta Upasana. How much proximity to the Guru we are maintaining through Sharanagati Yukta, doing whatever the sadhana is saying, whether it's contemplation or emotional devotion or any of the other things. So this is how be always with Guru Bhagavan and Shastra, be always in that spirituality. Even for a time pass also, we should not come out of it. है ना? थोड़ा जो कम समझदारी वाले, कम conviction वाले, if they take for a chance to be away from the truth, Guru and God, quickly they'll be captured by the mind and Maya, and it is so quickly with all temptations, etc. The mind pulls us into the world that again we even forget to look back. Are I was spiritual till yesterday. I was going to the classes so regularly. I was just about to start understanding the truth. इतना भी ख्याल नहीं रहता उतना हमको खींच लेता है the world if you even give a chance or take a chance. That is why in all scriptural spiritual teachings of truth, at one place where Guru is helpless, he only can guide us is not to take it for granted to keep away from Shastra or Guru. Technically it's called as pramada. है ना? Pramada is just for any reason. We are just being away from the truth in listening, in studying, in contemplating. Oh, a little bit of it is enough in Kali Yuga तो वो ले जाएगा हमको खींच जाएगा. Quickly it fills our mind and heart with so much of Rajo and Tamo Guna. Again, like a dust storm comes. How quickly in moments whole house and place is filled with dust and all. आओ उसको साफ करने के लिए, है ना, तो घर में तो धूल मिट्टी खिड़कियां खुले हैं तो इतना आता है. हाउ टफ इट इज टू क्लीन. In the same way, again to remove that tamas, again to remove that rajas, again to come to sattva, again to use the sattva for the tattva. Oh babre, it will be again Herculean task. कुछ लोग तो कोशिश करके आ भी जाते हैं वापस, बट कुछ बाकी लोग को क्या है ना, अब मुश्किल हो रहा है, चलो आगे देखेंगे. One thought when the mind says, let us see later on, that is enough for that life. Never to look towards the Guru and spirituality. These are all the things we have to see in the world, how it is happening. Same things happened in our life also. By observing all of them from them, learning how we have to be careful, we must know. That's it. So let's pray. Let us try not to be away from our spirituality, even a moment. बस ये पूरा जिंदगी अर्पित भगवान के लिए, परमात्मा के लिए. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, क्या होगा, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ओल्ड बनेंगे, बीमारियां होएंगे, प्रॉब्लम्स होएंगे, मरेंगे. सो व्हाट, एनीवे दैट विल हैपन. सो लेट इट हैपन इन आवर pursuit of excellence through spirituality only. So in this way one has to learn from one's own life's experiences, from the observance of the world, and then we'll have to discover these simple looking very important techniques and tips of being with the truth come what may, not taking it for granted, not going away from it, even little bit, even for time pass also. In so many seemingly good ways also, the mind takes us away from Paramatma. In the on the name of some social services, some visits, some helps. देखो, when Bhagavan Adi Shankara in his Bhashya tries to deny even Yajnadi, Upasanadi karma also, by saying that they are obstructions in pursuit of Paramatma, which is only Dhyanagamyam. That Yajna and Upasana, which are so sacred activities, which are the givers of purification, which are the empowerers of our personalities, you know, which the invokers of the God's grace. अगर इसको भी उन्होंने कहा, मना कर दी, then what to talk about the so-called self-created social obligations? Same Bhagavan says Gita में, unless we do sarvadharman pariteja, we can never do mamekam sharanam vraja. Means if all the bhoga temptations fail, then the mind uses this arrow weapon of some or the other type of these type of outer involvements. मन का एक ही काम है, कुछ भी करो, our attention should be taken away from the God towards the world. If the bad means doesn't work, then it uses the good means. In either the case, our attention has gone away from that sublime truth. We are samsari. So these are all the things will come to our understanding when we go on observing our mind, observing the happenings, observing how we are forced by the mind to compromise with the intellect's conviction. ये सब देखते देखते धीरे धीरे एक एक चीज समझ में आने लगता है. Each of these subtle, very important understandings starts completing us as sadhaka. And then a complete sadhaka is he in whose mind nothing other than Paramatma Prapti is there as goal. Nothing other than very well planned spiritual sadhana is there in his schedule in the day. Paripakva sadhaka. And nothing in the world outer nor his mind can deter him, distract him, nor even dare to try or attempt. देखो कितना बढ़िया रहेगा if we reach to that state of our life where outer and inner none of the things are having even a dareness or courage to tempt us with everything, anything other than our routinely made sadhana, our regular sadhana. Pakka time we get up. Pakka time we do all our upasana, japa, dhyana, swadhyaya. Pakka time we do all our the bhajana, kirtana. All of that is going on with full attention, with full mind applied, with full awareness, with full consciousness, with full joy, with full initiative. And with what a beautiful the life would be. To that level of personality, we have to lift ourselves. From this level where there is a struggle, even to attend class, struggle to understand, even that is done so academically, mechanically, with a frowning face. No, Prahasan, as it is said in Lord Krishna's case, with full joy, with full happiness, with full feeling of fulfillment, that what I am doing is the best and ultimate. Keeping that glow always on the face, we should be able to do sadhana. ओनली शुद्ध सत्वगुणी कैन बी इन दैट मूड. मुझे क्या है, मैं तो भगवत प्राप्ति के साधना में पूरे तरह से डूबा हूं. न मुझे किसी भी चीज का आने का या जाने का परवाह नहीं है. कोई भी चीज मुझे तंग नहीं करेगा. इवन साधना कभी हुआ नहीं, या मुश्किल हो रहा है, या सिद्धि नहीं मिल रहा, फिर भी आई एम इन दैट सेम मूड ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई एम ऑन द पाथ. आफ्टर ऑल आई एम मूविंग ऑन द पाथ. Who are there out of millions get this chance? So I'm the luckiest one. So let me celebrate. Let me celebrate failure in the sadhana, because in sadhana there is no failure. If you have attempted, you are already successful. And again, the kind Lord was looking at me earlier. Now seeing my sincerity of sadhana, definitely He will bless me. He is preparing himself to bless. Like in Vishwarupa, Bhagavan was preparing himself to show that to Arjuna. And Arjuna also was getting ready with that Vishwarupa Darshana capacity, the Vijakshu. In between, the Sanjay ji comments 4 or 5 slokas in which he explains to Dhritarashtra how the Vishwarupa is being unfolded by the Lord. Same way, my God, my Guru also are preparing. It's a question of time, matter of time, that their blessings reach me. Definitely, failures are converted into successes. So, with this faith, with that inspiration, with that joy, with full engrossing, like in Gita, Bhagavan says, Shaktaha karmani avidvamsaha yatha kurvanti bharata kuryat vidvan tatha asaktaha chikirshur loka sangraha. Means how a bhogi with so much inspiration involves in the bhoga vastus for the bhoga. So too a yogi, भक्त हो या ज्ञानी हो, अष्टांग योगी हो, इतना उतना ही आनंद से, उतने ही तृप्ति से, उतना ही चाव से इस आध्यात्मिकता में जो करना है करते रहना है. We have to create that also. Because if we are finding joy in doing sadhana spiritual, then other joys of the worldliness will tempt not us. They will not have the temptness. How come we get tempted is because we are not finding joy in sadhana. जिसको साधना में आनंद आया, जिसको धर्म में आनंद आया, जिसको भक्ति में आनंद आया, जिसको अपने ड्यूटी करने में, सेवा में आनंद आया, he will not go to any of the worldly ananda. That stage we have to reach to. We have to aim it. And we have to know that our own mind's wrong habits, wrong convictions are the cause for the opposite of it. We only have to know it is my mind and its moods, its intentions. I have to change, I have to mold. Though it is tough, but necessary and not impossible, slowly, steadily, I have to bring my mind. Keep an others. Puja Gurudev. How jovial he was with such a tough work of every day doing Shastra Satsanga all over the world. How happy he was in guiding, managing thousands and thousands. The hard work gave him more joy only, not the misery. He is the best example for us in the modern world. Tougher than the tough tasks doing, with all outer obstructions, difficulties, with all the ailments of the physical body, yet no compromise with doing the work, and no compromise in doing the work with all the joy and inspiration. कितना अपने व्यक्तित्व को, अंतःकरण को मोल्ड किया होगा इस तरह के व्यवहार के लिए. every one of us also will have to slowly reach to that level. So, by God's Guru's Krupa, all these important things come to our cognition, maybe with all patience and urgency and love. Let us do all these preparations. Let us be keeping our sight on the goal, preparing ourselves, keep moving. जब केदारनाथ जाना होता है, we are at the गौरी कुंड नीचे, तो the in the goal is formed कि केदारनाथ जी का दर्शन. Then slowly we wear our sweater jacket, take the danda if we are walking by foot, or ride that pony and hold it. So how the step by step movement happens. So too, keeping Paramatma Anubhuti as the goal, from wherever we are, planning well, preparing well, step by step, we have to keep on crossing the distances. So may we become too serious, sincere in this so much like a kami bhogi toward the world. So let us try for that. Let us begin our today's day with study of Aitareya Upanishad, study of Yoga Darshanam little, and Mundaka, one more sloka, Gita 12 chapters, first sloka, yesterday half we explained, Bhagavatam, beautiful, topic is so sublime, important, complete, that Lord is blessing us to study it steadily. The 86th chapter, the Mahima of the Mahatmas, Guru Santa, from the Mukharavinda Bhagwan. Bhagwan doing the stuti of Santa. Then in Adhyatma Ramayana, yesterday we have seen Sita ji is left there. Today, the great topic of Sri Rama Gita, pure Vedantic discussion between Bhagwan Rama and Lakshmana Swami. We will see it. Wow, it's fantastic. Summary of the entire Vedanta of all Upanishads. Lot of the all the Vedanta Vicharanas, Vadan, everything comes in it. Let's see how it gets unfolded. So let us go through all this, and then Kalika Mata Sahasranamavali. Toward the end we conclude. Good no that our day is very well planned spiritually and we are involving in it. Only thing is more deep, intense, concentrated, faithful involvement. रस आस्वादन साधना में हमको अभी मिलना चाहिए. आस्वादन करते हुए रस का साधना में लगे रहने से और सिद्धि भी होने लगता है. ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरम्. ओम गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधि शरणागतवत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. समस्त ऐतरेय उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. वेदव्यास आद्यशंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वस्य आध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व पुरोभिवृद्धि अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां सदा सर्वदा दिग्विजयार्थं श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकराचार्य भाष्य समेत अध्ययनस्य प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम मनस्तावतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरच्चन्द्रनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्. ओम अथ श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेयारण्यकांतर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषत् प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमखण्डः शान्तिमन्त्रः. ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्वतु मामवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ओम शांति 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 ओम आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्र आसीत् नान्यत् किंचन मिषतो स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृजा इति स इमान् लोकान्न सृजताम्भो मरीचिर् परमापोधोम्बः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठान्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथ्वी मरो या अधस्तात्ता आवह स ईक्षते मेनु लोका लोकपालान्नुसृजा इति सोऽद्भ्य एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्यामूर्च्छयत् तमभ्यतपत्तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरविद्यत यथा अंडं मुखाद्वाग्वाचोऽग्निः नासिके निरविद्येतां नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणाद्वायुरक्षिणी निरविद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुश्चक्षुष आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येतां कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रादिशस्तं निरभिद्यत त्वचो लोमानि लोमभ्य ओषधि वनस्पतयो हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयान्मनो मनसश्चन्द्रमा नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्यापानोपानान् मृत्युः शिश्नं निरभिद्यत शिश्नाद्रेतो रेतस आपः ओम शान्तिः 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 friends. Keep remembering every day the Aitareya Upanishads way of teaching the all-pervading Brahma Tattva to us is through the Adhyaropa Apavada. What are the 3-4 steps this Upanishad does is, first, it comes to our level and accepts the presence of the world in front. Second, slowly it takes the theme of Paramatma, saying him to be the cause of this Jagat, creator of the Jagat. Third step में slowly, because before the creation none was there other than him. Therefore, if the creation has to come, it has to come from him only. In that way, in the whole creation, the Lord's presence is proved. In the fourth step, the nature of Paramatma is being touched upon, by which it is proved that he is, because being beyond any influential factors like that of desha or kala or you say maya or any of the things, it is beyond the gunas influence of all that, therefore it cannot be modifiable. Now if it cannot be modifiable, changeable, then again we only have to ask question, how come this whole world full of names and forms and infinite varieties? Then says, yes, this is that inexplicable, infinite power of the Lord, which without touching the Lord on him, it just is projecting the whole world of names and forms, whose maximum purpose is giving entertainment to the Lord, and who, in its own essential nature, is existing in its own absence. These are very salient, subtlemost thoughts. In this knowledge, what do? We give zero value to the world because it is existing in its own absence. It is not real. At that time, then our heart seeks, if the whole world is not real, then what is the reality? What is the Lord? What is the self in his nascent form, in his purest form? For that, then we are made to become introverted. Then, like in Aitareya, through Panchakosha Viveka or Mandukya through the Avasthatraya Viveka, or so many Vadanas, Pratibimba Chedadi, we are taken into our heart effortlessly because outer world is no more troubling us because we understood it with thorough, repeated listening, understanding, listening, thinking that दुनिया है लेकिन फिर भी नहीं है, नहीं होते हुए भी दिख रहा है, इसलिए मिथ्या है, न इसे कुछ लेना न इसे कुछ देना. That type of attitude will come by repeated thinking, repeated listening. Therefore, the whole world will not trouble me. Earlier, I gave reality to the world, therefore, world was troubling me. Now I understood its position, so it can't trouble me. So, with that non-disturbed mind, intellect, we pierce through the inquiry, all the gross, all the subtle inside, and then we reach to the core. First in understanding, second in experience through the deep meditation. तो ये सब हमको धीरे धीरे आना चाहिए. सो दिस उपनिषद लाइक दैट अध्यारोप करके अपवाद कर कर है वो हमको रिवील करना है. So we started doing our first khanda of the first adhyaya. First mantra we have seen exhaustively with our Adi Shankara Bhagavan's Bhashya. And in that Bhagavan has taken all cares to explain to us at one place what is the meaning of Atma, what are the lokas. Okay. So the mantra is what? Atma va idameva eka agre asit. We are straight away taking the Upanishad. Nanyat kinchana mishatu. Saikshata lokanno sruja iti. So agre, before this whole manifested, this whole manifested world, before manifestation, was self alone, Atma alone. Atma Lakshanas are in detail explained. Then to make it clear that other than him there is no other thing, including the Maya, including the Pradhana, including the Anuvada or Kanavada of the Sankyas and Kadana, it is said the Anyat Kinchana Mishatu. Nothing other than the Atma, even an iota of anything, which is Mishata means which is performing or non-performing, means living or non-living. You know? Means other than the God, there is no other God or any other entity living, nor any matter other than Him. You know, these explanations too should lead us to that pure, beautiful understanding and acceptance that before the world manifested or created, only that pure, infinite, one without second, all pervading Paramatma alone is there. All intellectual. That Paramatma finally through meditation, the seat of meditation, in our own heart as our own self, we have to experience. वो तो लंबा चौड़ा किस्सा कहानी और गोल है. But that idea from listening to this sentence, ki idam sarvam agre atma eva asit, then other than this atma, na anyat kinchana mishatu. Is it not? With these two sentences, that beautiful picture in the mind of the presence of self, which is what is that not known. Only the intellect will know that it is Satyam Jnanam Anantam when those subjects are studied. But otherwise, है एक बड़ा सा ऐसा थॉट हमारे अंदर बनाना है. Then comes slowly the discussion. Lot of doubts will come. They have to be consciously, carefully sorted out. The thesis starts by saying that Sa ikshata me lokanno srujai iti. So the Lord has done the ikshana, that let me do the creation of the lokas. So this is where are the subtleties, Upanishadic level of understanding. The Purva Pakshi asked a question. Karyakarana Sanghata was not there before creation. Did you do the ikshana? Be attentive. The two answers are given are, one is he being Sarvagnya, he can do the ikshana. Second is this quotation of Shvetaswara Upanishad, it said, Upanishad, Bhagavan can move without legs, can hold without the hands, can listen without ears, can see without the eyes. How is it possible? It is possible because he is the Atma of everything. Now, by being the Atma of everything, knowing that thing is real knowing. then by being apart from that and knowing through the upadis. We are habituated to know the things through the upadis of Bahya Karana and Antakarana. We think that this is the only way the knowledge is gained. In fact, this knowledge is only Vrityatmaka Jnanam. It's only a Paroksha Jnanam when we have the Jnanam through the faculties. The beyond the faculties, Atma Rupena, Atma Bhavena, Jnanam is actually the correct Jnanam. Our wrong habit of knowing things through the faculties make us that this is the only way the things can be known. Whereas this is an incomplete and wrong knowledge. From this standpoint, we question the Lord. Oh Lord, you don't have mind, intellect, senses. How did you do the ikshana? Break this shackle. Please listen carefully. The shackle is what here? Ki as I understand the world through faculties, so too the Lord also has to have the faculties to do the ikshana of the world. वहाँ क्या है ना, हमारी लिमिटेशन हम भगवान के ऊपर थोपते हैं. द आंसर इज व्हाट? भगवान डजंट नीड एनी बाह्य और अंतःकरण टू डू द ईक्षण. ये स्वतंत्र, ये सर्वस्वतंत्र, ये सर्वज्ञ है, वो उतना उनके लिए काफी है. So dropping our doubt and question is the answer there. The answer for that question is he is Sarvagnya. He is Sarvashaktiman. He can do the ikshana without needing the उपाधि. अरे देखो उपाधियों से ईक्षण करते हो, उपाधियां कहाँ से आते? They are from Paramatma only. No? Without Paramatma, even upadhis cannot exist. Therefore, if the upadhis are able to function or conceive, is it not because of Paramatma's presence there? So उपाधियों का अपने आप का शक्ति है क्या? बुद्धि doesn't have its own शक्ति of contemplation without the self behind it. Mind cannot have its capacity of imagination, projection without the self. Therefore, to whom the mind's projecting capacity belongs to whom the intellect's knowing capacity belongs to, not to them, no, they belong to the Lord. So, how come that Lord cannot think or do the action of the world without his mind or without the senses? बाह्य अंतःकरण के बिना क्यों नहीं कर सकते? वो करते हैं. So that is how the discussion makes us take us to a little higher level, a deeper level. So Bhagavan can do the ikshana without the karya karana sanghata. Okay, and the beauty of it is what? In the ikshana of him only, the whole karya karana sanghata, first at the samashti level, then at the vyashti level, started expressing. And all the Pauranic Kathas, everything they tell us, Bhagavan through his Sankalpa only can do Srushti, can do the Sthiti, can do the Laya. How many times we listen to these things in Adhyatma Ramayana, वाल्मीकि रामायण, तुलसी रामायण में और बहुत बार आता रहते हैं बात कि भगवान अपने संकल्प मात्र से ही सृष्टि भी, स्थिति भी, लय भी कर सकते हैं. Even the Maya Shakti, which is Ghatita Ghatana Patiyasi, infinite Shakti, from where it has got its own existence gained? From Paramatma only. And after existence only it has its own power. And how can you say the power belongs to the Maya when Maya itself is not independent of God? Therefore the Maya with all its infinite Shaktis belong to Paramatma only. So such Paramatma Ikshata, he can do the Ikshana. Okay, so this all was seen yesterday by us. Okay. So सर्वज्ञ स्वाभाव्यात आत्मा एक एव सन ईक्षत. So ननु प्राग उत्पत्ति है अकार्य करणत्वात् कथम ईक्षितवान् न अयं दोषः सर्वज्ञ स्वाभाव्यात्. We have explained it last 7-8 minutes. तथा च मंत्रवर्णः अपाणिपादो जवनो ग्रहीता पश्यत्य चक्षुष श्रोत्यकरणः इत्यादि. हो गया. Now what ikshana, what sankalpa, what vision he has had is kena abhiprayena ikshitavan ityaha. What is the ikshana in him? Ki But you say, Lokan Ammaha Pravrutina Prani Karma Phala Upabhoga Sthana Bhutana No Sujai Suje Aham Iti. देखो एक रहस्य पकड़ लेना कि whenever we talk about Bhagwan to be beyond all the upadhis etc. One understanding is correct, that is in a pure Sachidananda Rupa, none of these things are there. सेकंडली क्या है, मेनली ऐसे टॉपिक को ठीक समझने के लिए एक बात पकड़ना है कि द मीनिंग ऑफ भगवान बियॉन्ड ऑल ऑफ देम मीन्स he expresses all of them through him, yet is not touched by it, yet is not disturbed by it. That is the meaning of is beyond. Like one common misunderstanding we have in Vyavahara, control of the mind, control of the senses. Does it mean the control of the mind and senses means it is not used? Control of the scooter or control of the car, does it mean that the scooter or car are always kept in garage without even putting it on, without pushing it for a meter distance? No. Control of car scooter means when we are on the road driving them, neither we are creating accident to ourselves nor troubling anybody. That way, dynamically the movement is going on, but keeping that steering or everything in our control. Same way, when we say the Bhagwan is beyond all, doesn't mean that Bhagwan can't express them, doesn't mean that Bhagwan can't master them. Expresses but uninfluenced by them. That's the mastery. At the discussion level of creation, this is how we have to understand the meaning of the word Bhagwan is beyond. In a higher level में भगवान is beyond means yes, in its purest form, pure Parabrahma of Satyam Jnanam Anantam alone is true or real. There is no other रूप नामा इत्यादि at all possible in him. तो उस लेवल का वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, इस लेवल ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमको पकड़ना है. And then to prove that only Bhagwan comes in the form of avatar and does everything to show that भैया भगवान हूँ इसका मतलब मैं जड़ नहीं हूँ. भगवान हूँ इसका मतलब नहीं कि मैं अचेतन हूँ, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं कुछ करता नहीं. जो करते हैं उससे अटैच्ड या इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं होते हैं. दैट इज हिज कैपेसिटी, नॉट दैट ही कैनॉट. सो अदरवाइज वेयर फ्रॉम द होल सृष्टि हैज कम. जितना हम सब्सटेंशियली टेंजिबली देख रहे हैं, if the Lord has no capacity to do, how can this world exist? So these are the subtle things which we miss to catch, even though hundreds of times in Puranas we listen, the Lord is the cause of Srishti Sthiti Laya. The purport of that we don't catch, because the subtle ability to understand, our ability to understand subtly has yet to come to us. So an example is this one, Ikshata. कार्य कारण संघात के बिना कैसे ईक्षण करते हैं? करते हैं बेटा, इसलिए वो ईश्वर कहते हैं उनको. Authorities अपाणिपादो जवनो ग्रहीता पश्यते चक्षुषा शृणोत्य कर्णः. हो गया. Now what ikshana has done, what sankalpa has done is lokanu srujai. Let me create the worlds. What are the lokas which are going to be created by the Lord? Purpose of them is what? Ki prani karma phala bhoga sthanartham. That's what he said, no? Narayana. Prani karma phala bhoga sthana bhutan. See? प्राणी इस कर्म, कर्म का फल का उपभोग करना है, करने के लिए स्थान चाहिए. उन स्थानों को स्थान भूतान लोकान, वही स्थान ही लोक है, उसका निर्माण के लिए ही हैज डन द ईक्षणार्थ संकल्प. अंभ प्रवृत्तिन द स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम स्काई एटसेट्रा. सो देयरफॉर द संकल्प शक्ति बिहाइंड द क्रिएशन इज ऑफ लॉर्ड. The Jnana Shakti has to, how the creation has to be, is the Lord. Then the Upadana Karana for the whole world is the Lord. Then the Kriya Shakti with which, as planned, the world is made to be manifested, that also belongs to the Lord. So the Ichha Shakti and Sankalpa Shakti are same. So Ichha Sankalpa Shakti, then the Jnana Shakti, then Upadana Karana, then Karma or Kriya Shakti. Lord Himself, all these. With that He has created. How do you say Lord Himself has this? Simple common sense. Now, here where we have to be subtle even in trying to carry this common sense. Key. Without the God, they can't exist, express. So, without the electricity, bulb cannot glow. Therefore, the capacity to glow the bulb is inherent in the electricity. This is how we have to accept. Without electricity, the fan cannot move. Therefore, inherently in the electricity, there is ability to move the power fan is there. This we have to accept. Mm. So, in the Paramatmas, that infinite, pure conscious self, this power, potentiality, Shakti, through the Ikshana to create the Lokas, for the Praja to have the Upavoga Sthanam, he has maintained, managed. Again, I am repeating, if Bhagavan conscious self is not there, none of the Ikshana will be there. None of the Jnana Shakti will be there. Ikshana is Icha Shakti. None of the Upadana is there, none of the Kriya Shakti is there. Like, do you see the burning power of the fire? By any means, you can't. But when that fire is exposed to something, let us say our own finger or kahin laga, so don't you feel that pain? Yes. Don't you see that boil? Yes. What are they indicating? The non-seeable burning power of the fire. Do we question? कि, "अरे, I don't agree. There is fire, burning power in the fire. Because I am not seeing it." Remember, nobody in the world has seen burning power in the fire. But everybody accepts because of its effect. क्योंकि जला हुआ है, दिख रहा है वो. बिना burning power, the fire cannot burn. In the same way, the Trigunas, the Shakti, are not seen, but their effect in the form of the world, they are seen. And these Triguna Shakti being Jada, as we are going to study in our Yoga Darshanam, cannot function independently. The Lord has to be there behind them. Therefore, all of that, when we talk about the creation, have to be accepted as belonging to the Lord only. When you go beyond creation through all these Adhyarapavada, only Parabrahman alone is there, neither Maya nor the world. Ajatavada, Srushti Rahitavada, Asrushtivada. वो उस समय पे होगा. So here, our point is what in studying all this topic is our दृष्टि should be always on God. स्लिप हो गया हमारा दृष्टि भगवान से, गिर गए हम माया में. Thereafter, Maya Kurta world, and in the world other jivas and me, all of them quickly catch and trap our minds. In that flow, we just forget the Lord only. Whereas the purpose of life, purpose of Upanishad is to remind us of the truth and take us and make us merge in the truth. So therefore, the Ikshana Bhagavan ne hi kiya hai. And it's a purposeful Ikshana. Ikshana of the creation of Lokas. Lokanu Srujai. This is what is in the mantra. And why did he do the Loka Srushti? Does he want it for himself? Not for himself. Then what? Prani Karma Phala Upabhoga Sthana Bhutan. Prani Karma Phala Upabhoga Sthana. So from this again, so many things you can call out, discuss, explain exhaustively. All of that we will not see. One thing is what? Therefore, anyone, the jiva, is still at the level of karma phala, upabhoga. For him, the lokas, in that lokas, variety of the objects for his upabhoga are real and valid. When that prani rises above the concept of karma and karma phala, by whatever the sadhana it means, for him, that upabhoga vastu upabhoga, that lokas are not there. He just becomes subtler and transcendent. विचित्र है ना. Like I am very fond of reading newspapers. Earlier यही तो होता था तरीका समाचार का. So therefore I get 6 newspapers to my house. तो bundles are there last 5 years. है ना. कुछ लोग ऐसे होते थे, लड़ाई हर दिन पति पत्नी के इसमें इसी के कारण से. He'll spend half of his money only for newspapers. है ना. So many bundles at home because I am reading. No, because some of the other reason I said, same news is repeated and they are fake. There is very biased that news. Therefore, let us stop that paper करके out of 6 आपने 4 को छोड़ दिया. अब एक इंग्लिश अखबार, एक तेलुगु अपने मदर टंग का अखबार, अब दोनों ही हैं. So all those 6 bundles have become 2. No, even that also once when we fed up, slowly one paper we stop. अब एक ही आ रहा है. We study only that and OE gets piled up. Some days we become busy or ill health or some way happens. पेपर आ रहा है लेकिन हम देख भी नहीं रहे उसको. ऐसे जैसा वो फेंकता है वैसे बाउंड बंडल्ड ऐसे रहता है. Sometimes you see अरे यार अननेसेसरी पैसा वेस्ट हो रहा है. Then you call that boy and say हो कल से मत डालो. So when we stop reading paper, there is no paper anywhere in the house. अब उसको भी कबाड़ में बेच दो. Is it not? So it is because of our utility value, the world is created and presented to us. When you transcend that, there's no world. Try to catch the subtlety in it. For a non-smoker, there's no world of cigarette throughout his life. Whereas there are thousands of cigarette companies, so many of the cigarette tobacco fields are there. Lakhs of people are working in it. बट फॉर एवन हू डजंट स्मोक, ये सारा दुनिया उनके लिए लय है, लुप्त है नहीं. है ना. फॉर ए नास्तिक there are 20,000, 30,000 temples in the country, but he doesn't even become aware of anything which is in his own gully, or his own wife has a puja room in his room, in their house. He is not even in that thought. है ना. For a person who is fond of any sports, let us say Asian Games or cricket, every minutest detail he knows. Vichitra. And the one that Nana, Nani, Dadi, जिनको पता ही नहीं बैट बॉल, she doesn't know what's happening only. She doesn't interested. Means what? The world is created for us. That's why प्राणिनाम कर्म फल उपभोगार्थम स्थान, those sthanas are the lokas Bhagavan created. Please remember, all this discussion is from the standpoint of the reality or presence of the world we accept from that standpoint. And the goal of the Shruti Mata is not to establish the Jagat's existence. जगत हो या ना हो, श्रुति में फर्क नहीं पड़ता. श्रुति का पर्पस है परमात्मा को रिवील करना. You just discover the self, there you discover the rope first, thereafter the snake appears or not, वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Reality when you discover, try to catch it. Imaginations, projections have no meaning or valid. Non-recognition of reality makes us accept the world real, and really we suffer through attachments and actions. पकड़ लो इस संसार को. इस तरह से संसार उत्पन्न होता है. So प्राणिनाम प्राणि कर्म फल उपभोग स्थान भूतान्नो सृजई सृजे अहमिति. क्लियर. प्राणियों के लिए कर्म फल भोग के लिए ही all the loka सृष्टि भगवान has done. So in this you can bring the devotion and say, thank you God, you made it for me. So idea is behind everything of creation, you should develop the vision to see the God first. इसको इन भक्ति शास्त्र में वो विभूतियों के द्वारा हमको बताते हैं. Same thing achieved but in a different manner. Okay, and see the mind's funniness. When we are thinking of the God, God thoughts going on. The moment we say Bhagwan has done the Ikshana, our drushti goes on to his Ikshana more than him. And through the Ikshana, he has created the Lokas. The moment it is said, our attention has gone to the Lokas. We have forgotten the Ikshana and we have forgotten Paramatma's thought. Now you understand how the Maya works. Now, once the detail of the Lokas are given, our drushti on that only. Paramatma is forgotten. This is called Maya. Like as so much children at home till the age of 1.5, 2.5 years, so much of fond of mother. Oh, छोड़ेगा ही नहीं वो. As he starts being sent to the play school, then this LKG, UKG, you can see in those 6-8 hours, he compelled to be with the other children or the teacher, forgets the mother. Inevitability हो जाती हो. And the more he is growing in schools, colleges, mother only खाने के टाइम याद आती है उसको. Other time he is busy with his studies, with his friends, with his exams, projects. The same mother was 24 hours remembered by him when he was 1 year, 2 years age. Because for him, everything is mother at that time. See the Maya? And another funny thing, among those things being contacted, if one person, if he gets, let us say, entangled and attached, and then happen, suddenly that person becomes the whole world, everything else is again forgot. सारे बाकी दोस्त तो भूल जाते हैं, बाकी दूसरा कर्म भूल जाते हैं, और ये बेवकूफ भूल भी जाता है कि he has gone to college to study and that is to get good job. ये सारा in that मोह में he forgets only as if it is not there. This is the way when the attention is taken away from the Lord, the projection of the world happens, which technically is called a Maya. देखो, this is what Maya. Savadhani hati, durgatna ghati. Take away attention of the Lord, suddenly from his own power, Maya, whole world is shown. And the moment you start seeing that world, आपका देखने के कारण ही, आप उसको वैल्यू देने के कारण ही वो रियल होते हुए इंपॉर्टेंट बनता है, फंसाता है हमको. I have taken away my attention from the Lord and I started seeing the world. Therefore, the world gathers reality, world gathers importance. Whether world appears to be inevitable or necessary, and I get lost in the world. Gone. Bhagwan. Just like class. And as the time is 6 o'clock, your mind starts gathering the thoughts कि 7:30 को class में जाना जाना जाना. Every moment of your thinking is bringing you closer to the class. 7:30. 7:30 होते ही physically you are in the class and listening. Now as the time is going to the 9 o'clock, when the class has to be closed, the mind slowly goes away from the class. And the moment class Purnamada ho gaya, then you are in the world, no more in the class. See how our attention and awareness is taking us towards something if it is focused on to that other thing if the focus is withdrawn. So when we are aware of the Lord, the awareness, we are always one with the Lord. The moment you change your shifting your attention, the non-existing world appears, imposes on that it is important, real or valid, then we are tempted to go for it. यही माया है, पता नहीं चलता, इजीली पकड़ में नहीं आता. ढूंढते रहेंगे माया को, हम फंसते हैं माया में ही, वही है. But if this way understood, every moment we can see how we are by shifting our attention from the truth, invoking the maya to push us into the untruth or the unreal, the world which is unreal. Now appears as real. Be in the self, self alone is there. The moment the attention is taken away from the self, then the individual upadhis, samashti upadhi, the jagat with variety of beings, all of them as if real they come. Like forget the waker, whole immediately dream world is projected. Forget the screen, the whole movie of all the characters and their actions are taken as real. Why we are saying all of that? भगवान ने हमारे लिए लोगों का सर्जन किया है प्राणी कर्म फल उपभोग स्थानार्थम. So if I, the prani, get rid of karma vasanas, karma phala upabhoga type of purposes, that's called antakarana purity. That time I see the Lord as my own self. So sadhana is inherently done in this sentence of Bhashyakara's Bhashya. And that is a Bhashya for Sa ikshate me lokannu srujai iti. Okay, prani karma phala upabhoga sthana bhutannu sruje aham iti. Then here one corollary we catch it, then enter into second mantra ki. Therefore, in this word, which is sameshti, which is for all the prani karma phala upabhoga. Therefore, whatever is for my upabhoga, let me attend only to that. Let me not worry about anything extra nor worry about others. Like डाइनिंग टेबल पे भोजन लगाया है पतीलों में इन द वेसल्स राइस दाल so what is required for you you take, don't worry about the other food, don't worry about others how much they are eating or they are not eating, because the whole food is made for the whole family. In the same way इस दुनिया में हमारे जीवन के लिए साधना के लिए क्या चाहिए उसी पे दृष्टि रखो और उसको उस तरह यूज करो. बियॉन्ड दैट डोंट माइंड एनीथिंग, डोंट अटेंड टू एनीथिंग. It creates unwanted thoughts in the mind. Thoughts is Maya. Thoughts is the world. Thoughts are the covering on Paramatma. And we are lost in them. So this is how this can be understood. Now the second shloka is Evam Ikshitva Alochya. Having done the Ikshina and Alochana, he created. What did he do? Chant this mantra 2 times. Sa iman lokan asrujat. Ambho marichihi maram apaha. Adaha ambha parena divam dyauhu pratishtha. अंतरिक्षम मरीचय पृथ्वी मरोह मरह या अधस्तात् ता आपः. अगेन सैमान लोकान असृजत अंभो मरीचिः मरम आपः अतः अंबः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठा. अंतरिक्षम मरीचयः पृथ्वी मरः या अधस्तात् ता आपः. So we have done the mantra ucharanam. So the direct meaning of the mantra is Saha, that Lord, having done the ikshana, the sankalpa as per the shloka 1 in the second shloka, consequent to that iman lokan asrujat. He did ikshana, lokanu srujai iti. What for the lokas? That is told by Bhagavan Adi Shankara for us. Now having done that ikshana, सेकंड मंत्र में कहते हैं स ईमान लोकान असृजत. So these lokas he has done surgeon creation, surging out. Remember, it will be told, it is already told. All this surging out or upsurging out of all the lokas is coming out of him only. Rather appearing on him only. More rather, the unmanifest form and name are getting manifest. The consequence of all these 3 explanations is what? Where every moment of the happening of Srishti, maintenance of Srishti, dissolution of Srishti, in and through that, Paramatma alone is there. This vision of Paramatma has to be developed. Then the Srishti Sthiti Laya becomes secondary. संसार का सारा ही सृष्टि स्थिति लय है. When they are rejected by the understanding that they are just mere projections, then they won't hold our intellect. When they drop or leave our intellect, intellect freely sails into the understanding and meditation on the absolute self. That is how these processes of creation from Paramatma, all of them help for the one who has deeply understood how to use them, how to go about the implementation of these mantras and their meaning on the seat of meditation. So, Ambaha, Marichihi, Maram, Apaha. These are the four things that Paramatma has created. These four alone in another language is called as Pancha uh, Mahabhutas. Prithvi, Apaha, Tejaha, Vayu, Akash. In Taittiriya, straight away, Rasmad, Akashat, Vayu, Agnirabhadya, Prithvi, Prithviya, Moshadaya, Oshadibhyo, Navnat, Purusha. So, there एक systematically बताए. अब ऐतरेय ऋषि को जरूरत नहीं, वो बहुत ऐसा बोलेंगे. No, it is a job of the disciple to catch. स ईक्षते में लोकानुसुजाई थी, देन स ईमान लोकानासुचता मरीचिर मरम आपो अधा अंबहा हो गया बस. अंबहा मरीचिर मरम आपहा he has created. ऐसी बताएगी श्रुति माता. शंकर भगवान is there for us to make us understand clearly. Okay, so Iman Lokan Asrujata, these are the lokas. After the Ikshana, the Lord has created. You call it as creation, you call it as manifestation, you call it as superimposition, you call it as the unmanifest Rupanama become expressed. Whatever you say, Paramatma is there in and through them. एक एक को एक एक बात अच्छा लगता है. सबका पर्पस एक ही है, केम फ्रॉम भगवान, भगवान alone is in that form. सब कुछ भगवान से आया, उस रूप में भगवान ही दिख रहे हैं. ये बेसिक पॉइंट पकड़ो तो प्रोसेस कुछ भी एक्सेप्ट करो, डजंट मैटर. So, Saiva Lokana Sujata, these are the lokas he has recreated. What are they? Ambhaha means Akasha. Marichihi means the Antariksha. Maram means Bhuloka. Apaha means below. It's all symbols, it's all inter. Only to make us understand that इस तरह से जो भी लोक तुम देख रहे हो, भगवान ने प्राणियों के कर्म फल के लिए बनाया. Because in this list you don't see the Naraka Lokas, the Yakshakinara Kimpurusha Lokas. So you can't say, you should include all of that when it is said that from his Ikshana the Lokas have come. After all, any million number of Lokas that are there, the purpose of all of them is what? Praninam Karma Phala Upabhogasthana Anna. प्राणिनाम कर्म फल उपभोग स्थान लोकों को भगवान ने निर्माण किया करके होलसेल में पहले बता दिया. अब रिटेल में कुछ भी हो उसमें कभी कोई जरूरत नहीं तो वो वाला लोक खत्म हो जाएगा, कोई नया लोक चाहिए तो बन जाएगा. Like when you have a big house, interesting. Big hall, everything is there. As the children born, they're growing. वो हॉल को जो ना दीवार लगा के they make it as more lokas. Is it not? When again the children get married and fly off, they say अब क्या है दीवार क्या, जो दीवार निकाल देते फिर से हॉल बनता है. Again the grandchildren are born, when they come, again the lokas are divided. Don't we see in the world the loka creation compartments or all these things complex are created as per requirement. है ना. कभी भी लड़ाई के कारण भी दीवार बनाकर तुम्हारा वो इधर मेरा इधर मत आना तुम. अगर खुद दोस्त बनकर यार हाउ कैन वी बी सेपरेट, ब्रेक द वॉल, वी कम टुगेदर. आइडिया इज लोकों का सृष्टि, लोकों का लय, depending on the requirement of the praja, their karma phala goes on happening in the world. Therefore, in the list, if some lokas are not mentioned, means they're already included, not mentioned, that's it. Like in the gold, every ornament is not shown, but gold can be made into ornament. This general sentence is enough for a wise person to understand. Even million number of ornaments also may come. All of they come from the gold only, which are not seen or mentioned now. I'm just correcting. If only Marichi, Maram, Abhada, Ambha, these are mentioned, where are the other things? All of them are to be understood. उपनिषद है तो इतना सटल होता है, उनका जो हमें दिल दिमाग बड़ा करके समझना है. So, Ambaha, Marichir, Maramam, Apaha. These are the four lokas that are created. Then, for our understanding, when we open our eyes and look at, which is what in a is mentioned कि जो द्युलोक के साथ द्युलोक को बेटेंटिव टच करता है, दैट इज अंबसह लोक. उसके नीचे जो है मरीचि लोक, जो जिस जमीन पे हम खड़े हैं भूमि, दिस कॉल्ड मरम लोक, मरम. और उसके नीचे जो है वो आपह लोक. This is how the four things. So Bhagavan Shankara will explain to us all these things. स आत्मा इमान लोकान सृजता सृष्टवान यथा है बुद्धिमान तक्षादिः एवं प्रकारान् प्रासादादीन् सृजे इति ईक्षित्वा ईक्षान्तरं प्रसादात् प्रासादादीन् सृजत तद्वत् इति. Tomorrow we will see this second mantra. Third also is not big. वो देख सकते हैं हम कल. So his first Khanda, first Mundaka is details about how the Lord through Ikshana has created everything. ये देखो, ये Guru who is the experience of Brahman, he is speaking and we don't have experience. Therefore we should not have a choice anything of other than believing in his words. Shraddha. तो इस तरह से हुआ, उन्होंने कहा तो श्रद्धा से सुनो, उसको एक्सेप्ट करो, then do the meditation as told by him through Shraddha, then you will reach to his level. Then you understand, oh, what he said was only a process, what is there everywhere is nothing but me, the Brahman. तो इस तरह से होता है. Let us focus on this tomorrow. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रेण ओम तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Right, friends. Thank you. Let us salute Shruti Mata.